The Dragon Ball Heroes promotional anime has premiered. It premiered yesterday, episode 1, Goku vs. Goku, and it was mildly disappointing, to be honest. But I didn't expect, a great episode, but that's either here nor there. I'm not going to talk about the quality of the episode, but instead I'm going to talk about the Dragon Ball Heroes, the possibility of it having an English dub, and why it's never going to happen. Yes, that is a bold claim on my part, and if there is a Dragon Ball Heroes English dub, by Funimation down the line, I will eat my fucking words on this video, but the Dragon Ball Heroes, I am saying it right now, the Dragon Ball Heroes anime will not have an English dub. Here's why. So there are 3 main points I would like to make to illustrate the overall message that Dragon Ball Heroes, the promotional anime that premiered yesterday, will never have an English dub. It just will not happen. Funimation will not touch this promotional anime. So the first reason is that Dragon Ball Heroes, not just the promotional anime that just came out, but the video game that the promotional anime is, promoting, is a mega hit in Japan. I mean, we cannot deny that the Dragon Ball Heroes video game, card game, whatever you want to call it, it's a smash hit. It is a very popular game in Japan, but it doesn't mean jack shit in the West. And what I mean by this is that the Dragon Ball Heroes Japanese video game has not traveled far at all, and Bandai Namco do not seem content on giving this game to other countries. It's just going to be in Japan as far as we know, and it's been in Japan for, 7+ years. So, while it's a mega hit in Japan, it doesn't mean shit in the West, and by extension, the Dragon Ball Heroes promotional anime that's promoting the game that doesn't exist in other countries, why would anyone want to touch that? The Dragon Ball Heroes anime is a promotional anime, like I just said, and yeah, so why would anyone want to cover that? Why would Funimation want to try to get the license to dub the Dragon Ball Heroes promotional anime promoting a video game that doesn't exist in the West, which is where Funimation is located? You see what I'm saying here? You know what I'm trying to get at? So let's just try to, go on to point 2, which is the Dragon Ball Heroes anime. It's commissioned by Bandai Namco, and even if Toei animated it, it's not a Toei production. That sounds weird, I know, but let me try to explain further. So Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Kai, they are all Toei productions. They were produced by Toei. Toei, it's a Toei production. Dragon Ball to, Dragon Ball Super, they were produced by Toei. It is a Toei production. Funimation would need to go to Bandai Namco's licensing department, and they would have to, just have an added headache of trying to acquire the dubbing permissions from Bandai Namco, because Funimation goes through Toei to dub Dragon Ball, but since Bandai Namco, it's a Bandai Namco production, Bandai Namco is commissioning a Toei to, basically make the Dragon Ball Heroes anime, the promotional anime that premiered, last night. They would have to get the dubbing permissions from the Bandai Namco legal team, as well as the Toei legal team, so they have to, go through some hoops to try to acquire the dubbing permissions, and if they do acquire the dubbing permissions, it's just not going to work out. It's not going to be as successful as, it's going to be in Japan, because Dragon Ball Heroes, the video game, doesn't, exist in America. So they would have to go through all of these for basically no reward. It's a high risk and no reward, high risk that they won't get the property, and it's basically, if they do get the property, if they do get the dubbing license for Heroes, they just have to go through some, a lot more hurdles than, let's say they, want to get the dubbing license for Dragon Ball Super. They can do that, they can go through Toei, but with this, they have to go through Bandai Namco and then Shueisha. It's just a headache, so why would they want to do it? Why would Funimation want to dub something that's just a headache to get for no reward? You know what I'm saying here? So let's move on to my final point. And it's basically been, iterated throughout these, 2 points, but I just want to really, give it a proper explanation, this is a promotional anime that isn't even airing on Japanese television. It's not even airing on Japanese television, it's promotional. Why would Funimation or even Crunchyroll, Crunchyroll subs, would want to get the license for something that's only a promotional tool that is a video game that isn't even in the West? So I'm just trying to illustrate that, the third and final point, it's promotional, that's not even airing on Japanese television. It's such a little project that it doesn't even matter. It's not like Dragon Ball Super where that's a hot property, and, I'm not saying that the Dragon Ball Heroes property isn't hot in Japan, but it isn't in the West. So, yeah, those are my key points as to illustrate that the Dragon Ball Heroes English dub is not happening and will never happen in the history of, Dragon Ball dubbing and, that whole side of things. It's just not going to happen, and it's not a good business move for Funimation to go through so many hurdles just to have a little, reward. So, yeah, that's basically it, guys, and it's the same for the Yo Son Goku special. By the way, yeah, the Yo Son Goku thing, that's also never going to happen. It's just a headache for a little reward since nobody really talks about that special, and it's quite the, it's not rare, but it's definitely, not on Funimation's radar. Unlike, the Dragon Ball Super movie and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Would you like a Dragon Ball Heroes English dub, even though it's probably never going to happen? Do you think it's going to happen? Let me know your thoughts, even though I'm pretty sure it's just not going to happen. And yeah, so please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.